Hi and welcome to Grade Gov News. Well, happy fall. Welcome back to school and work, and I hope you had a wonderful summer. Congress is also back. They're back this week off of their August recess, and they have got 9 days in which the House and the Senate are in together before the government runs out of money, before the fiscal year September 30th hits us and the government doesn't have any money. So in those 9 days in which the Senate and the House are in together, they've got to pass or at least debate the authorization for the president to use military force in Syria. This is the new item that has reached Congress's desk over the summer months. They will be debating in the Senate the Syrian resolution this week, and there is a move afoot by Senators Manchin and Heitkamp to possibly delay any military action. The House of Representatives has promised to debate the Syrian Action Resolution next week, and the president is going to speak to the nation Tuesday night. But still, September 30th, the end of the fiscal year, that's still right around the corner. September 30th, the end of the fiscal year, that's when the sequester begins again. Remember that $90 billion in cuts to the federal government across the board because of the Budget Control Act of 2011 and because the Super Committee couldn't find the cuts. It resulted in the sequester, and it's $90 billion every year for 10 years. That starts September 30th. And then you've also got, according to our Treasury Secretary Jack Lew, you've got that the debt limit, the president's ability to write checks to pay our debt, that's going to run out of money in the middle of October. And then at the end of September, the Farm Bill, the 5-year Farm Bill will expire. So the Congress has lots to do, and adding this Syrian resolution on top of it is maybe too much for them to handle. So what about this? What about the Speaker of the House passing a 30 or a 45-day extension, a CR, a continuing resolution, a clean continuing resolution, extending all of the programs at the current level for 30 or 45 days just to get past that September 30th deadline. And in the meantime, in October 1, the ObamaCare healthcare exchanges will kick in. 13 states plus the District of Columbia have signed up for exchanges. So you'll be able to go on the Obama website, the Health and Human Services website, and see those 13 state healthcare exchanges. We also learned today that IBM, a huge employer, and Time Warner have basically said that they are no longer going to allow their employees to have the insurance coverage that they were promised once they retired. They're going to give them a lump sum of money and basically ask them or tell them, you're going to have to go buy your own insurance. Is the era of big insurance over? I know I'm kind of misquoting a former president. Is the era of big insurance over? Why not allow the Speaker of the House to pass a 30 or a 45-day continuing resolution? Let the Congress debate the Syrian resolution and let them begin negotiating whether the sequester will stay in place, at what level. Will they defund ObamaCare in the continuing resolution or in the omnibus appropriations bill that will take spending into the next year? And let's think about this. The healthcare exchanges get posted October 1. Let's take a young person, for example. Remember when you were young and you got your first paycheck? Remember the sticker shock you had? You were told maybe you were going to be paid $300 a week, and your first check, it wasn't $300 a week. There was that FICA. What was that took money out of your check? How about Social Security, Medicare? It took money out of your check. Taxes took money out of your check. That was sort of a wake-up call, a reality check, if you will, for young people. How about allowing them to get another reality check? October 1, they go on the healthcare exchanges. You're a young person, you make $30,000 a year. That means that you are obligated to pay up to 10% of your income on your healthcare. That's $3,000. You look on these exchanges and you've got to pay $3,000 or more for health care that, remember, you didn't really even want to buy. Anything over the 10%, the government kicks in. It gives you a subsidy, but you don't even want to pay $3,000. Well, you'll just take the fine. Well, the fine under Obamacare is $95, that goes up each year, or 1% of your income, whichever is higher. 1% of $30,000, that's $300. You don't want to pay $300 in a fine for something that you're not going to buy, that you didn't want to buy in the first place. How about if you allow that extension, that continuing resolution to kick in for 30, 45 days, that sticker shock might just hit some young people as to the reality of Obamacare. And then maybe when they start debating the omnibus appropriations bill, when it gets close to the deadline, the new deadline, and they start debating the debt limit extension, all tied together now, they could consider an idea that's been floating around really since the middle of the summer, and that's putting jobs first and suspending Obamacare. The Congress would suspend Obamacare immediately, park it, pause it, stop it in its tracks. All the programs would be paused until and unless unemployment nationally gets to 6% or below. And when and if that happens, the Department of Labor would certify that to Congress. And that would trigger a concurrent resolution in the House, a concurrent resolution in the Senate. These are not signed by the President. That would allow the members of the House and the Senate to either affirm or disagree with the Department of Labor's new assertions. This would help combat people that would think that Department of Labor might, cook the books. So let's think about the suspend Obamacare and put jobs first proposal while the Congress is debating the ability for the military to go into Syria, and they start debating with the White House and the Senate and the House on what level will the government funding be at after the fiscal year ends September 30th, debating the Farm Bill, debating debt limit, and all that goes in with that. Think about this. In the meantime, enjoy Grade Gov News and the Grade Gov radio show. It airs Monday and Friday. You can find it archived on gradegov.com under the radio link. In the meantime, I'll be talking to you real soon, so stay tuned.